Supreme Court ruled 6-3 to limit the scope of a federal obstruction law used by prosecutors against January 6 defendants who stormed the Capitol building.
At the center of the case is former Pennsylvania police officer Joseph Fisher, who was among the more than 300 charged. Erie News Now Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon has our story tonight.
On Friday, the Supreme Court tossed out a lower court ruling that allowed a broad interpretation of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, which was enacted to prevent destruction of evidence in white-collar crimes.
The statute prohibits tampering with records and other kinds of documentary offenses. In another section, the statute also criminalizes people who, in any other way, interfere or obstruct an official proceeding.
It was a key tool used by prosecutors to charge former Harrisburg, Pennsylvania police officer Joseph Fisher and hundreds of January 6 defendants with obstruction.
His riot was another way of obstructing Congress's vote counting, which was an official proceeding. And so it matched up with the literal terms of the statute. And that was the basis of Justice Barrett's dissent.
Law professor Michael Domino says today's ruling essentially shuts down that application of the statute because it falls outside the context of financial or white-collar crimes.
And because this was so totally different, the majority held that it was not covered by that statute.
Experts say today's decision means some January 6 cases could be thrown out as a result. Former President Donald Trump faces 4 charges stemming from January 6, 2 of which could also be impacted by today's ruling.
2 of them relate to this statute and are in some amount of jeopardy. The other 2 were not affected at all.
The Supreme Court's term will end next week. Several other high-profile cases, including former President Trump's presidential immunity case, are set for a ruling as soon as Monday. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, Erie News Now.